Hello, my name is Anaid Ceniceros, a GEARUP tutor at Eastwood Middle School. You guys are going to soon be exposed to your first algebra class, and the concepts that you are going to learn are going to continue being relevant for you well after you graduate from high school, whether you decide to pursue higher education or not, since algebra is everywhere. For example, when choosing which car is the best for you, or which bank offers you the best interest rates. In this video, I'm going to show you how the concepts of intercepts and slope can be applied to solve algebra problems. The setting of the problems is that a girl named Marlene loans some money to her friend Isabel, and Isabel promised to pay her back over time. This graph represents how much time it took Isabel to pay back the money since the first day Marlene loaned her the money. Now let's answer some questions regarding this graph. The first question asks, what was the total amount of money that Marlene loaned to Isabel? In this graph, the x-axis represents the number of weeks that passed until Isabel paid the loan entirely. And the y-axis represents what was the total amount of money to be paid at that specific point in time. Now, according to the graph, we can see that the initial amount of money that was supposed to be paid back is represented by week 0, when Isabel still haven't started paying back the money that she owed to Marlene. Now, at week 0, we can see that the x-axis intercepts the value of 400 in the y-axis. Therefore, the initial amount of money to be paid back was of $400. The next question asks us, how much money Isabel paid back the first week? What about the second week? In order to answer this, we have to go to our x-axis, which represents the time in weeks, and look for the first week. Now, we know that the initial amount of the loan was of $400, but after a week had passed, the amount of the loan was now of $300. Therefore, the difference of money owed between the week 0 and week 1 was of $100. The second part of the question asks, what about the second week? For knowing how much money was owed by the second week, we have to go to the x-axis at week 2. Then we find where the y-axis, which represents the amount of the loan, intercepts with the x-axis. Here we can see that by the second week, the total amount of money owed was of $200. Now, to know how much money Isabel paid back, we have to find the difference between the amount of money owed by the first week and the amount of money owed by the second week. The answer is $100. Therefore, Isabel paid $100 by the first week and another $100 by the second week. The final question asks, how many weeks did it take for Isabel to pay back the money completely? To know this, we have to go to y-axis, which represents the amount of money left to pay, and then find the position when the value to be paid, in this case the y-axis, is 0. Then find the intersection between the y-axis and the x-axis, which occurs at week 4. Therefore, we can conclude that Isabel paid back the money completely in a total of 4 weeks. As you can see, it's easy to answer algebra questions regarding the graph of a linear equation. We just identify the different elements in the graph and find the required intercepts of the x and y axis to draw conclusions from their points of intersection. And that is all for me for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or need individual assistance with your classes, you can go to tutor.com and get individualized help for mathematics and many other courses. Good luck!